Hey, welcome back. Marianne DeNovellis here with the Six-Figure Mastermind. PayPal, is it safe? Am I protected? Am I gonna be like hijacked or something? We gotta know the answers to this, right? So stay tuned, I'll give you the full scoop. You've probably heard of PayPal, and maybe you've even paid some invoices on PayPal, and maybe you're a small business working up to that six-figure business and you're wondering, oh, is PayPal something that I should be using? Is it even safe? Well, let me just share with you a few of the details about PayPal, and that'll put all of those fears to rest. First of all, PayPal's been around forever, you guys. Well, not literally forever, but pretty much since the beginning of online transactions. PayPal is the top dog. They own a lot of the other smaller companies like Venmo and several others. And in fact, they used to be the only payment method accepted on eBay, which handles transactions from all over the world. So PayPal, they've got a long track record, they've got a great history, and they've got a really strong encryption system to keep your transactions safe. One of the things that PayPal does to keep your financial information safe, it doesn't share financial information with the sender or the receiver. Unlike writing a check and sending it through the mail, which is probably one of the most dangerous ways to pay people, either through online or personal transactions. PayPal won't have a record of your social security number, won't have a record of your account number, won't have a record of your routing number that it's going to share with any of your clients. Definitely won't share your credit card information. Definitely won't share your billing address unless you're having something shipped there, in which case it's the same as your shipping address. But none of that information crosses hands. It all stops right here with PayPal. So these people over here don't see it. These people over here don't see it. It's just that nice, smooth, easy medium. PayPal also has something called website purchase protection for both buyers and sellers. Now, one of the cool things about PayPal being such a leader in this industry and one of the forefront leaders, and with eBay, think about eBay 10 years ago. It was a wide open marketplace. It was not as fine-tuned and regulated as it is today because eBay, both and PayPal, had to go through some learning curves as people tried to, unfortunately, go through the back door of the system or sell bogus products or anything like that. So PayPal saw all of that going on with the early e-commerce age and the early electronic business stage and the early online ordering stage. They saw all of that happening. They said, you know what? We've got to come up with something to protect our buyers and our sellers. So they developed something called website purchase protection. Now, this will allow a buyer or a seller to log a dispute about the transaction. PayPal has an excellent conflict resolution system. What they do is they track everything that goes on between the buyer and the seller through an online platform where they're seeing all the transactions and even sometimes some comments, especially if you're handling with a third party like eBay or Amazon or Etsy or something like that. They have a history of everything that's gone on. They also have a time limit on this protection that says 60 to 90 days, depending on the purchase, depending on the price, but that's generally the window. So if you're a seller and someone buys your product and they had something go wrong with it after 60 days of using it, right? Maybe that product wasn't intended to last longer than 60 days. Maybe it was a sticky pad or something that's disposable and reusable. If that client tries to return it outside that window, you're protected as a seller because you get to keep your inventory clean and stocked and not lose money on false returns. For example, a pair of shoes. I once had a client, as I was working at a department store, try and return a pair of shoes for store credit, for like full price store credit, when the shoes had clearly been worn and used and the soles rubbed off over the course of the last 2 months. So they were not returning a product in integrity for credit because the product had been used. That's how PayPal protects the sellers. PayPal also protects the buyers in case maybe the seller doesn't ship their item, maybe the seller sends a knockoff item or one that wasn't as high quality or as described. PayPal will protect the buyers and enable the buyers, after they submit a conflict or submit a complaint, to then get their money back in some cases, not all cases, but in very, very many cases, PayPal will protect the buyer there. So it's an intermediary platform that protects both buyers and sellers from each other, essentially, from buyers not giving the money to sellers giving bogus product. It's going to keep all of that nice and clean. They've got a really good reputation and conflict resolution center for that. So there's another reason to trust them. PayPal is one of the oldest platforms of payment, and they've kept their model to this date. You'll see anywhere online, most places that you go online will offer PayPal as a payment method. They've even got their own credit department now where you can have a PayPal credit card, right? So they are an established entity, and with established entities comes trust, because they've been around, they've been doing business, they've been through the thick and thin of all of the e-commerce transactions. So if you're needing as a merchant to take payments, PayPal is a very, very safe thing to do, very, very safe manner for transacting those. It also keeps you from having to open up brand new merchant accounts for different categories of your products and things. PayPal is kind of an umbrella for that, okay? Don't worry, if you're ever a buyer using PayPal, rest assured that PayPal's got everything encrypted, your information is protected, and it's got your back should anything go wrong. Okay, I use PayPal. I've used it since almost the beginning of the PayPal days, so I wouldn't recommend anything to you that I don't use myself. So yeah, it's totally safe, totally secure. You're gonna love it. Use it for your business. In fact, leave a comment below. Ask us some questions about what you need to know to grow your six-figure business. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you tomorrow.